I've tried to film this video over 10 times. Hasn't been working out. This is Coco. Say hi. Yeah, hi guys, my name is Valerie. Welcome to my channel. I am currently 19. I am pregnant after infertility. I wanted to make this video to basically document my story and basically explain what infertility meant for me and basically how I got to this point in my life. So to backtrack, I was diagnosed with ovarian cyst and ovarian torsion, and I almost lost one of my ovaries when I was about 13 years old. I had to have a surgery to get that removed, and my ovaries weren't ovulating, so they put me on birth control. Once they did that, it stunted the growth of my ovaries, and I stopped getting periods. And by the age of 17, I had to get another surgery because I was still getting pains, and they told me I also had endometriosis. I was already 17 at this point. I met the father of my baby this same year in September, and we started dating at that point. It was just high school love, I guess you can say. He was there throughout the surgery. He was there through all of that. He knew what was going on. So since day one, I have always been on birth control since I've been 13 years old. And I did not decided to stop it. I had a conversation with him about stopping it, obviously, when I did. I decided to stay on birth control for our first year of our relationship. After our first year anniversary, so that would be in October, I decided to stop it. And I was like, I want to basically give my body a break because I was going through like this depression stage that it just would not go away, and I did not know why. And my doctor kind of told me like, it could be this, but you know, you've been on it for so long, so if you want to give it a break and then go back on it. That's exactly what I did. And when I did, I automatically felt so much better, but I still was not getting a period, with or without birth control at this point. I would get it, but I would get it every 6 months, every 4 months, very on and off, very iffy, and they had no reason for it because I've had all these correction surgeries, and I would still get ovarian cyst every month, and they would be extremely big and extremely painful, but I wouldn't bleed. So whenever I stopped birth control, this was already in January, we weren't never using protection besides birth control, came around my first pregnancy scare, which was in November, and that was like a month after. But it was a scare because I guess like my symptoms were going down and I wasn't really in tune with my body. So like I was getting like the sore boobs and the acne, and I was like, oh my god, I'm pregnant. But I wasn't sure because my periods were always so weird. So for me, my symptoms were always different every month. We decided to start being a little bit more careful because obviously now kind of like, hey, we don't have like that security guard there, even though I know birth control isn't like 1,000%, you know, sure you're not gonna get pregnant. We decided to be more careful. I was working full-time at that point and going to school full-time, but I always kept what do you call that, pregnancy test with me because just to be safe, you know, I don't want to obviously not know. And in January, I haven't gotten a period since November. So I went to my doctor and I explained to her my worries. I was like, this is getting ridiculous. Like, I'm not sure what's going on with my body. Is there something we could do to see what's going on? So she drew my blood. They did a bunch of tests to see how my hormones were reacting, like my estrogen, my levels, all of that. And my levels for my estrogen was extremely low, but I had more than high, not extremely high testosterone, but higher testosterone than estrogen. So that could have been an issue. So what she did was a sonogram, and she saw that my ovaries were not developed, but she wasn't 1,000% sure. So I was supposed to go in for another surgery for a laparoscopy in February 17th to be exact. This is 2019 now. And to make sure that was the situation, and to also, if that was the situation, to run a certain test that they can like blow some type of like liquid to see if like your ovaries have something that's like blocking them from ovulating. And if I'm wrong with any of these terms, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm not a doctor. I'm just repeating what I was told. And what I remember comes around January 29th, which is my father's birthday. I was actually off of work that day, and I normally, when I was working my full-time job, I am not currently working. That's another story. If you guys want to know, I can like explain later on. But when I was working full-time, I barely was home ever. I had my own store, so I was never home. But this day, for some reason, I was home, which was really rare. It was my dad's birthday though, so I was okay with it. I was happy. And he looks at me and he goes, "You look different." Now, if you come from a Hispanic household, I mean, you know that when your parents say something, worry. So when he told me, "Oh, you look different," I was like, "What do you mean?" And he was like, "Are you going through depression?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? You just look different." And I'm like, "Okay, thanks." I didn't know how to react. And then my mom comes around like an hour later and she's like, "Your eyes are extremely shiny. They have like this like glow to them that I've never seen." And I'm like, "Okay, you guys are pissing me off. Leave me alone. Homegirl is not up for this today. Go away." But I secretly like kind of like paid attention to it and I was like, "What the heck are they talking about?" So I waited and I waited. And then the thing is, the reason why I decided to take a pregnancy test was because I was getting period symptoms. Like I had the cramps. I felt like I was going to die. Headaches. My boobs were like super sore. But that was like period symptoms. So I was like, that's not a pregnancy symptom. That's just period symptom. At least for me, it was. But it comes around after Valentine's Day. I craved a sandwich from McDonald's, a cheeseburger, add mac sauce, add lettuce, add mayo, extra pickles, and I was like, that's all I want. And my boyfriend brought it to me to work, and he's like, "Oh, here you go. I got your craving. Have a good day." And I swear I've never eaten something so fast. But I also swear I've never thrown up something so fast. And I threw it up, and I'm like, I don't throw up ever. Something's up. Okay, this is after Valentine's Day, so this is the 15th. My surgery was for the 17th. So I was like, you know something, just to be safe, I'm gonna buy a pregnancy test and I'm gonna take it. So I bought one of those cheap like Walmart tests that are like 88 cents, and I was like, I'll just take this. Because I had the clear blue, this one that I have that clearly says, and I had one of the first response ones that was a digital too. And I've always said like, "Oh, I'm not gonna take those unless I really think I'm pregnant." So since I'm not gonna waste expensive pregnancy test if I don't think I'm pregnant. So I waited and I took those. I took the cheap little test. It came out negative, so I wasn't worried. But I was like, this is like my afternoon urine. Let me wait till the morning because I heard like the morning's more accurate or something. And we'll take it again. So I went ahead and I did that. I took a pregnancy test as soon as I woke up. And I remember my mom wasn't home, but my grandma was. And I literally took it and it was like loading. And I'm like, this is gonna say negative. Like, I don't even know why I'm waiting right now. This is like a waste of my time. Whatever. Not even 5 minutes later, I was brushing my teeth and I left this like thrown in the counter like this. Like I wasn't like looking at it. It didn't care to look. And I went to throw it out and I like threw it out. I didn't look. I'm like, wait. There wasn't two lines. Like, you know, I said like not and then pregnant. It wasn't not pregnant. It just looked like one thing was on there. So I was like, should I look? What's happening? And I'm like, no, this is impossible. No. So I went and I grabbed the other one and I used the same pee and I'm like, I went to my doctor the 17th and I was like, I took 2 pregnancy tests. It says I'm pregnant. I don't know if this is accurate, but since I'm scheduled for a surgery today, I need to make sure that I'm not or what's gonna happen. She's like, impossible. It's impossible. You're pregnant. You're infertile. That's why we're doing the surgery. You probably bought like the wrong test. You're just very young. You probably don't know how to take tests, or just very critical. I'm like, okay, ma'am, whatever you say. So she took the test, and when I was pregnant, she just went, and I'm like, explain yourself. Come on, Nancy. I was 2 weeks pregnant. I didn't even have a little egg sac or anything. I literally was empty. My uterus was empty. So I was having sonograms done every week after that. And after I got to my 8th week, I had a full, or not a full formed baby, but I had an actual embryo. And yeah, I am currently 24 weeks. My pregnancy is high risk. I'm currently on medical leave from work and from school and everything. But I'm so excited. And this is my first video documenting my pregnancy journey with my Avery girl. Her name is Avery, and I'm just so excited. So if you guys want to follow me along with my journey, please hit that subscribe button, and I'm gonna leave my Instagram down there somewhere or on the screen, so you guys can go follow me on there too. I post a lot on there, and yeah, thanks for watching.